Juan Manuel Marquez, Mike Alvarado. We're looking ahead here on Making the Rounds. I'm Jim Basketball here on ESPN.com, joined by ESPN boxing insider Dan Rayfield and Sports Nation's Max Kellerman, also a boxing analyst for HBO Sports. This is an HBO title eliminator from the Forum in Los Angeles. And Max, let's start with you. The winner gets the possible payoff of a matchup with Manny. Both these fighters have been through the wars. What are your expectations?
Well, I mean, it's an intriguing matchup because of Alvarado's size and youth. Otherwise, Marquez would be the substantial favorite. Most feel Marquez will win anyway. Class tells over time he's a higher caliber fighter. But one day, even though Marquez seemed to discover the fountain of youth in recent years, particularly against Pacquiao in their last fight, one day he will get old. And why not to a big, strong, athletic, action fighter like Alvarado? A lot of people looking at that Alvarado loss to Provodnikov and writing him off, but Provodnikov is a very different kind of fighter than Marquez, a brawler, bruising kind of fighter. That's not Marquez, so Alvarado has chances in an intriguing matchup that Marquez is favored to win.
I think one of the big differences in this fight, one of the important factors for Alvarado to have success, is he got out of Denver, where there's all those distractions in his hometown, which, by the way, is where he lost to Provodnikov. He relocated to train in Southern California. I think getting away from everything and really hunkering down for his training, I think could make a big difference against Marquez, who's going to be the hometown favorite. Distractions around him potentially also. But more critically for both of these guys, both coming off losses, both in dire need of a win, I think that means we're going to get one heck of a fight.
Yeah, Alvarado is also, we need to see how he responds to that Provodnikov loss because, Dan, as you point out, against Bradis Prescott and others, we're used to seeing Alvarado overcome the odds and get through those treacherous patches of fight with his incredible fighting heart. But Provodnikov broke him in that fight. And when a guy who's in the past won on his will to win, when he's imposed that in a fight and relied on that, and then that will to win is broken, we need to see if he comes back whole or if he comes back fractured.
And that's why we want to see this fight, because we don't know.
Hey, Dan, I'm going to start with you on this one. Career-wise, what's at stake for the winner?
Well, very simply, the winner obviously is going to move on to a much bigger fight. Top-ranked promoter Bob Arum has already said many times that the winner of this fight, although an official title eliminator for the belt that Pacquiao has at welterweight, but Pacquiao's in a position where he can more or less pick and choose his opponents. But because Bob promotes Pacquiao, promotes Alvarado, and promotes Marquez, and it's attractive whoever wins to fight Pacquiao, that's the fight that he says is most likely the next fight. He said that Pacquiao had already said, obviously they haven't agreed on the financial terms, but that Pacquiao is willing and interested to fight the winner, and that both Marquez and Alvarado both interested in fighting the winner. So if we get a fifth matchup between Marquez and Pacquiao, that's going to be something the fans will want to see. The first four fights were outstanding. And if it's a fresh fight between Pacquiao and Alvarado, hey, that's a heck of a fight also. I don't see how that could be a bad one. I think whatever happens, either of those fights are something the fans will be happy with.
And the guy left without a dance partner here in the top-ranked stable is Ruslan Provodnikov, who, by the way, just beat Alvarado violently, who Juan Manuel Marquez wants nothing to do with, and who every real hardcore fight fan wants to see fight everyone because of his action style. Ruslan Provodnikov, remember the name.
If Provodnikov gets past the fight June 14th against Algieri, trust me, Max, he's going to get another one of those big fights.
It's Juan Manuel Marquez and Mike Alvarado. It's on HBO this Saturday. We'll have full highlights here on ESPN.com. For Dan Rayfield and Max Kellerman, I'm Jim Basketball. We're making the rounds only on the boxing page of ESPN.com.